Layla. She's 28 years old and she started to see hyperpigmentation in her mid-20s. She says she doesn't spend too much time in the sun and she is medically cleared of any health or hormonal issues. She's a beauty vlogger that asked for help. Hi, my name is Christy and I have been treating professionally clients with hyperpigmentation and acne for over 12 years, and today we're going to be talking about the young people that are using products incorrectly, or they're using too many different products that now I am seeing more than ever, especially through my consultations, already have premature signs of aging as well as hyperpigmentation that I did not even see even 10 years ago. So this beauty vlogger actually contacted me and she wanted to do an online consultation. That is not her real name. I actually wanted to share who she was, but she had me sign a non-disclosure agreement, but she did agree to share some of her information. So the reason why she was contacting me is she started to see some brown patches started to form right under her eyes, and she said that she tried everything. So I went on to see what she does. So she is using all different types of products and then reviewing them. So at her age, she is much too young to start forming hyperpigmentation around her eyes like that. So when I asked her in detail what products that she was using an exfoliating cleanser, she was using Retin-A right there to prevent. So mind you, most people who are using it, it's because they are already starting to see crow's feet, which is the fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes. Well, she was using it to prevent fine lines and wrinkles on there. So she was using exfoliating cleanser, Retin-A. She was also using a peel once a week, and she was also using a retinol-based night cream. Now she was using sunscreen, but you have to remember sunscreen is like this. I am right now wearing a mesh that you use over plants to keep the plants from burning if the heat and the sun is too strong. So this says that it protects it filters out 82% of the sun's rays to protect the tree. So sunscreens work like this, where it doesn't completely block out the sun's rays. The only way that it would do that is if you're using a sunscreen that is opaque, white, you completely cannot see. So it actually has a physical shield from the sun, between the sun and your skin. So most sunscreens, if you're using it even correctly, is filtering out most of the sun's rays, but not all. So I can feel the heat coming through. It's definitely not as strong. So you have to remember that when you're using AHAs and it makes your skin photosensitive, just by using sunscreen, that everything is going to be okay. It just protects you mostly from the sun's rays, but not all of the sun's rays. So Layla said she wanted glowing skin because being a beauty vlogger, it was important for her to obviously look good and have nice skin. So what she ended up doing was she basically was using cleanser, her exfoliator, her serum, her creams, all had exfoliating agents. And then what she started to experience was TEWL, transepidermal water loss, where your skin is exfoliating so quickly it is not able to hold on to the moisture. So when she came on during the online consultation and we FaceTimed, her skin looked really crepey, really crinkly, and really dry. I noticed that right away. So evaluating after her online consultation form and then looking at her skin, even though she was only 28 years old, she looked probably 10 years older, which she already knew that she was looking like. And so we had to change some things. So what did we do? So first thing we did is we replaced her cleanser from an exfoliating cleanser to just a balancing cleanser. We had to get her pH under control. It was way too acidic based on all the products that she was using. So we replaced her cleanser and we used a balancing gel-based cleanser because her skin was combination oily, but really, really dehydrated. Second thing we did is instead of the leave-on exfoliant, we changed it to one that she could use and then rinse off, so she was still exfoliating her skin. The third thing that we did is we replaced her anti-aging serum with a hydrating, calming serum because she was experiencing low-level chronic inflammation. So we changed that out, and then we did, she wasn't using any toner, so we put in a hydrating toner. And then the last thing that we did is we had her stop using the Retin A. I told her if she wanted to continue using it, she could do it for the winter, but at this point she was a little bit young. She didn't need to be using the Retin A, and she gladly put the Retin A aside. Then we actually used a more hydrating, calming cream, and it was more like a gel cream that we used on her skin because we had to increase the hydration for her skin. We also, because her skin was so crinkly, we had to help her restore her lipid because her skin was just so dry, and basically brought down the number of exfoliating products that she was using. Okay, number 3, she was using way too many products. So I think that's kind of the liability of being a beauty vlogger, is she was reviewing about 10 to 15 products at a time. So her skin was experiencing too many variations of the pH. So when you use a product that is specifically not for your skin type, for the purpose of the audience, over long periods of time, what happens is you do start to develop maybe some excessive dryness or dehydration or hyperpigmentation. So what she was doing was she was inflicting on herself low chronic inflammation. So inflammaging is a made-up, coined term in our industry, and basically it means inflammation that leads to premature aging. And so when your skin is experiencing low chronic inflammation for long periods of time, what happens to the skin is you start to see, depending on your skin type, fine lines and wrinkles, or hyperpigmentation for people who typically have darker or thicker skin. So there's so much of this going on that this term is now being used more and more. So some of the signs that you have inflammaging, and it could, because everyone has such different skin, is like I had mentioned before, you start to see the hyperpigmentation, you start to see that your skin is crinkling from chronic dehydration of the skin, but also when you are outside or you're not using your skincare products, but you start to feel this like low level heat in your cheeks or stinging or burning, that can also be a sign of low level inflammation. So in addition to the hyperpigmentation that Layla had on her around her eyes, she also had it on her cheeks, and then actually on her lower cheeks, and then on her upper lip she started to form some hyperpigmentation, as well as some fine lines and creases on her upper lip. Now, because she's using a lot of exfoliants and it makes your skin more photosensitive, we had to address that. Now, a lot of times when people are using these, they forget to, 1, put sunscreen on their upper lip, or 2, it is easy for it to be removed because you're wiping it off with your napkin when you eat, or you're sweating, so you're wiping it off. So that's another area that can be neglected. So she's a Fitzpatrick type number 4, which means that she can tan pretty easily. So what we had to do with her is, especially during the summer, most people want to use more lightening products or anti-aging products to exfoliate, to get their skin lighter. But it's actually counterintuitive. What research has shown now is that during the summer, where you think you need to be using more lightening products, you actually want to back off from that a bit. And so what we did with her is I replaced those with, instead of things that exfoliate your skin super fast, is more tyrosinase inhibitors. So because tyrosinase inhibitors are more gentle, which is why you want to use it during the summer, the results are not as drastic, and people get discouraged by that. So we did what we called a multi-layering method of using a gentle lightening serum, a gentle lightening cream, a sunscreen that had tyrosinase inhibitors in there. So here is my pro tip. Beauty vloggers, that is their job, so to speak. They review tons and tons of skincare products and makeup products, and there's nothing wrong with that. So millions of people are watching this, and because I don't know if it's because they want to be like them, So they will use a product based on what a beauty vlogger is recommending. But you have to remember, the skin of the beauty vlogger is completely different than your skin. So just because it works well on their skin, it may not work well for your skin. I get quite a few requests of people asking me what I use on my skin. A lot of these people who are asking me are 30 some odd years younger than I am. So the fact that for me to recommend the products, I could tell them what I'm using, but I always tell them in my disclaimer that your skin is a lot younger. You probably don't need the products that I am using. You need something completely different. So please remember that just because someone recommends something, including me, that it doesn't mean it may work well with your skin. The other thing I did want to add is I can only answer so many questions on my Instagram or on YouTube. There are other things that I am doing that keep me very, very busy. So I can answer some of them, but if you want specific answers to questions that you have about your skin or about the products that you're thinking of buying or thinking of using, the best thing to do, if you can, is I put a link in there in the description below for an online consultation where I spend quite a bit of time looking over the ingredients that you're using, how you're using them, what is your skin type, what is your lifestyle like, and therefore we can come up with a specific plan for you so you are not willy-nilly trying to use all of these products that you are seeing online and on social media, and it'll be more results oriented for you. And I apologize ahead of time if I don't answer you. I just can't keep up with all of the questions. So let's come up with a specific plan for you. Description in the link below. Link in the description below. So let's put together a specific plan for you. The link is in the description below. And if you want to find out the worst skincare products to use, then make sure you click this video right here. And remember, makeup is an art, skincare is a science.